Okay, let's keep going with the way of the candy store here. This is essence and personality, according to Frankie Botts. So let's take my friend Frankie Botts, which means crazy. You can tell what kind of water we're in already. And Frankie was essence, pure essence. Real scary to be around because he was unpredictable. And if you were in his essence sphere, it usually meant trouble. But in many ways, he was more real, being devoid of personality, or shall we say, more essence than personality. You see, the two really grow together. So you can get strange hybrids like an IBM executive who looks at a sunset while on a cell phone. Hello. Or someone who wears Bermuda shorts when it's below zero, and he wonders why you don't have any friends. What? And this clash of E&P is very common to all of us. If you just look in a mirror. Familiar? Oh yeah. See, we're born with essence but acquire personality. The problem is we begin to take our personality, our core, as our essence. As Frankie Botts would say, why the hell are you wearing that suit? Who are you trying to impress? Yeah. But every once in a while we had to tell Frankie to use the other side of the hammer. Know what I'm saying? E&P is very difficult to cultivate side by side, yet there lies the challenge. Know what I mean? Get real, man. Cut the crap. Get down. Check it out. Gut feelings. Cut the crap. Get down, check it out. Get down, check it out. Get down, check it out. Gut feelings. Cut the crap. Real plus down plus gut equals essence. Cut the crap equals personality. Crazy Frankie Botts knew it. And he actually drove those nails in with the other side of the hammer. That's the real crazy part. Essence and personality. They mean a lot in life. And that was just another aspect of the way of the candy store. Essence and personality. Crazy Frankie Botts. Back to the candy store again. In fact, this particular, this is sad in a way, but, that's how life goes. This is, Candy Karma. Bad News Jimmy. One day I overheard a conversation in a high school locker room. Bad News Jimmy had been in a fight at a local dance. Hurt somebody pretty bad. And he was reflecting on it, but not with any joy or excitement. I heard him say he never killed anybody in this life, but he often felt he killed someone before, perhaps in a previous life. It was deep that way, Jimmy. And Jimmy seemed to believe in a higher law. If you did something to someone, you had to be prepared for the consequences. And he felt his whole life of violence, looking around, checking his back, always waiting for something to break out, was grounded in this law. And someday, he would have to own up to this. And yet, he still could not help himself. It was as if he entered the stream and there was no way out until this law was done. 3 weeks later, Jimmy was killed in a drive-by shooting. I shook when I heard the news through the candy store, and cold energy ran up my spine. I couldn't deny it. In some way, I loved Jimmy. I loved him. He seemed more real in his so-called illusion than most normal people. But I'd have to say, he was definitely bad news. Now I'm going to get into the wisdom of the pie man. I mean, who doesn't like pizza? I mean, there's a place in Bensonhurst called the Spumoni Garden, the best pizza on the face of the earth. If you get into Brooklyn, go to the Spumoni Garden. All right? It's a good tip. Now, this is called the wisdom of the pie man. Ralphie the Pie Man was the best in all of Brooklyn. In fact, he was famous beyond its borders, all the way to the top of the Bronx and to the ends of Long Island and Staten Island. And one day I got in a conversation with Ralphie on what inspires him to make each pie a master pizza. First of all, I use my inner spiritual energy, is what he said. My bada bang. You see, the spiritual energy of light is just as much a part of the pie as what you see and taste as the material part of the pie, you know, the mozzarella and the sauce. The spirit in the pie is the being light in the solidified state. The difference between the two is like water and snow, sort of a solid liquid, alchemically speaking. You see, Gus, if you take dense substances and boil them down or liquefy them, these substances lose their opacity and become like glass, which is transparent. In this state, the outer allows the inner to be seen through it. That's when I know the pie is ready. The hidden spontaneously shows through the apparent. You see, Gus, the body of each spirit and of each pie is a form of its love. It's a love pie, you know. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, it's a love pie. And one more thing, Gus. If you create half a pie, half a circle, and you're totally in it, the master pizzananda will complete the circle. There for you. And you know what happens? You will become a whole pie. Imagine that. Ralphie really knew his stuff. I mean, I was mortified, petrified, confounded, and all the words I never learned in school. Or out of school, you know, they're just coming to me now. But imagine that, you know, putting that amount of love in a pie. So whoever ate there had to feel better immediately. Yep. You will become a whole pie. And this was the way of the candy store. The wisdom of Ralphie the Pie Man, the best in all of Brooklyn.